Since production began, manufacturers have raced to build the fastest car in the world, but what are the 10 quickest cars of 2023? For as long as people have been making cars, they've been racing cars, so the allure of producing the world's fastest has always been a powerful one. Even back in the days when arms were turn signals, the most common vehicle was still the horse, and the word supercar hadn't come into existence. Manufacturers took plenty of pride in the performance of their projects and went to great lengths to try and put themselves at the top of the pile. We've come a long way since then, with top speeds surpassing 300 miles per hour and many hypercars carrying over 1,000 horsepower. But while the numbers have become somewhat ridiculous, the ultimate aim remains the same: to build the fastest car on the road. 2023 could be the year when records tumble and a new champion is crowned, with at least 2 manufacturers aiming to take their latest supercars to the limit and claim the title of fastest for themselves. But while names may change and records may fall, the race to create the quickest car in the world is unlikely ever to end. Koenigsegg are well known for 2 reasons: having a name that is hard to spell, and making ludicrously quick hypercars. Their latest effort, the Jesko Absolute, is set to be the quickest of them all, and, probably, the fastest production car the world has ever seen. The Swedish manufacturer has yet to reveal the true top speed of the Jesko Absolute, but their simulations predict that it'll do 310 miles per hour. Will it take Bugatti's record in 2023? Watch the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute unleashed for the first time with YouTuber Mr. JWW, and decide for yourself. The current fastest car in the world and the name you knew would be on this list. For a long time now, the historic French brand has been synonymous with creating the quickest cars in the world, and this time around, the good people at Bugatti were so committed to the aim of making a vehicle that would do over 300 miles per hour that they put it in the name. Thankfully for them, it turned out to be accurate, with the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus managing to record a top speed of 304 miles per hour. Sadly, Bugatti have said they'll not be focusing on setting new records going forward, though they have just designed the 1,800 horsepower bolide, so maybe old habits die hard. We're headed stateside for the next car of our 10 with the SSC Tuatara. Inspired by fighter jet aerodynamics, and named after a diminutive spiny lizard that lives on some small islands off New Zealand, the Tuatara is certainly a bit of an animal and can definitely fly down an open road. The SSC company have plenty of pedigree when it comes to creating incredibly quick cars, as 2004's Ultimate Aero proves. In fact, that car was a Veyron beater, besting its production car speed record in the aughts. SSC initially claimed that their new twin-turbo V8 monster got up to 316 miles per hour, a figure which would have seen it become the fastest in the world, but later admitted to a GPS error, and revealed the Tuatara's actual top speed as 295 miles per hour. The second Koenigsegg on the list is a car with many impressive qualities. The Agera RS was, at one point, the world's fastest car, and maintains its title as the fastest accelerating car from 0 to 200 miles per hour, putting its 1,341 horsepower to good use, and, also, satisfyingly, the fastest decelerating car from 200 to 0. Only 25 were ever made, so make sure you savor the moment if you ever see one on the road, but do so quickly, blink and you may miss it. Sometimes simple is best, or at least potentially best, as the Hennessy Venom F5 proves. Powered by a good old-fashioned twin-turbo V8 producing an incredible, and arguably insane 1817 horsepower, this American powerhouse has a proposed top speed of 311 miles per hour. Homonymous with the refresh key on your laptop or PC, the Venom F5 will be aiming to refresh the order of the top speed list, with Hennessy stating that they will be attempting to reach their 311 miles per hour target at some point in 2023. For now, the best it's managed is 271 miles per hour, enough for 5th position on our list and still pretty darn quick, if you ask us. The first and only all-electric car on this list, and, unsurprisingly, the world's fastest electric car, the Rimac Nevera, is the brainchild of Croatian e-genius, Mate Rimac. Taking its name from a quick, sudden, and mighty Mediterranean storm, though Nevera is also a Spanish slang term for a refrigerator, Rimac's incredible machine can take its driver from 0 to 62 miles per hour in a far from cool 1.97 seconds, reaching an eventual top speed of 258 miles per hour. With their incredible innovations in the electric car world, Rimac is a very exciting manufacturer and a name you should prepare to read a lot in lists like this in the future. You heard it here first. Yes, they're back again because, much like their musical compatriots, ABBA, Koenigsegg sure know how to make a hit, at least when it comes to producing some of the world's quickest cars. This iteration, the Reg Era, is particularly special for a number of reasons. Its initial $1.5 million price tag, though that can be more like $5 million for a low-mileage example these days, the fact that only 80 have been made, and because it can go from 0 to 250 miles per hour all in one gear. Mamma mia! If there's one thing McLaren are known for, it's building fast cars, so for the Speedtail to be the fastest they've ever made, you know it's going to be something special, though there are many reasons why we think this one is particularly special. Released in 2020, the hybrid power of its twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 and electric motor produces 1,035 horsepower, enough to propel it to a top speed of 250 miles per hour. The company's first-ever Hyper GT and their most aerodynamically efficient car yet, according to McLaren, the Speedtail brings together unprecedented levels of innovation and elegance to create a new benchmark in automotive design, and we tend to agree. Announced way back in 2015, delivery of its limited run of 150 cars has only just been completed, but for those lucky few customers, the Aston Martin Valkyrie has been worth the wait. The hybrid supercar, which looks more like a concept race car with number plates, was designed alongside F1's Red Bull Racing and has a remarkable Cosworth-developed V12 engine, producing 1,140 HP. It may not be the outright fastest car on this list, but around a track, it would match any other car. In fact, Supercar Blondie was lucky enough to test that theory recently, as she took the Valkyrie around F1's Bahrain GP track for a recent video. Pagani have always made the fastest-looking supercars, both inside and out, but with the Huayra, they truly have created something as crazily quick as it looks. Made mostly of carbon fiber to keep the weight down, the Huayra was announced more than a decade ago now as a replacement for the iconic Zonda, but its twin-turbocharged V12 engine, putting out 730 horsepower, ensures the performance is just as space-age as ever. Sadly for those stateside, the Huayra remains illegal on the streets of the US due to a child safety issue, but for those in the USA desperate for a Huayra, there's always the Huayra BC which, fortunately, is completely road legal throughout the world. Unfortunately, only 20 of those were ever made, sorry,